Hello and welcome back to the channel. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time, so I decided to bring it back for the amazing game the Warriors and the Bucks just played each other. Overtime, Warriors end up coming off with a very much needed win. But we're going to look through kind of Curry being clutch near the end and how some of these plays ended up working out for the Warriors and how Steph had just enough room or their defense was great to be able to come back with being down 8 with just 2 minutes to go, and the Bucks having a wonderful offense in that span of time. Steph was awfully quiet during the first 2 quarters of the game. I think only like 10 points or less at halftime. I really can't remember. And then in the second half and mainly overtime and the fourth quarter, Curry brought the Warriors another home win to give them a 28-7 record in Chase Center. So at the logo, Steph is guarded by Jrue Holiday, but then Looney comes and says screen, so Jrue Holiday is now off of Curry. He's just behind him. And now Brook Lopez is on him, and Steph, with his quickness, makes Brook Lopez think he'll drive all the way to the basket and possibly kick it out to Michael Green. But he really does a step-back floater, and then the game is tied with a beautiful finish from Steph Curry.
Curry flips it up.
So now the Warriors are down 8, and they really need to get something going. So Steph gets doubled by Jrue Holiday and Brook Lopez, so he gives it over to Draymond Green, who some reason gets doubled by Brook Lopez. And then Steph uses his speed to run out to the three-point line. Jrue Holiday then realizes this, but that is way too much room for Steph Curry to shoot a easy triple to cut the lead down to 5.
Curry tries a 3. It's good.
Then the Warriors run a similar play after getting a stop on the Bucks. So Steph has the ball and gives it over to Draymond. Now Steph just sprints super quickly as Draymond gives him a perfectly timed behind the back pass. Steph grabs it. Jrue Holiday thinks he's going to shoot, but Steph doesn't. So Jrue Holiday goes flying. Steph takes one dribble, and now that is a perfect wide open 3 to cut the lead to just 2.
Spires 3. Bang! 2-point game.
So now Chris Middleton has the ball, and Clay and Looney are mainly on him, but Looney has to stay with Bobby Portis. But Clay somehow just gets away from Chris Middleton, so he falls down. Maybe he was looking for a blocking foul, but instead he falls down and loses the ball. So Clay can just run around him, and he ends up grabbing it, and Dante and Steph know to immediately run. You can see them ahead of Clay sprinting. And Clay gives the ball over to Curry because Curry has had the hot hand. And Dante is still there with him just in case. Steph just looked at him to make sure that he was there. He tries to slow down so he can maybe get in at 1, but Jrue Holiday knows that. So Steph just accelerates again and gets a nice scoop layup to tie up the game. 108-108.
Layup is good.
So Jrue Holiday just hit a 3, and there's about 20 seconds left. So Steph has a new defender on him who's only 6'1", and Curry has had the hot hand, and Steph is 6'3". So that is just enough height advantage for Curry to hit this amazing step-back 3 right in his face to tie the game.
Curry, a 3-pointer. Bang! Steph Curry from downtown again, and we're tied with 15 seconds remaining. And there, a timeout.
So now going into the last play, Jrue Holiday should have kicked it out to Joe Ingles because, yes, Clay would have recovered, but then Joe Ingles could have just kicked it to the other shooter, Chris Middleton, and that probably would have been the dagger for the 3. But instead, Jrue Holiday went up for the shot, and Curry just levitated up and blocked the potential game winner, which was not, I'm guessing, what anybody was expecting, and then the game went into overtime.
Blocked by Curry, and a quick timeout called by Golden State. Steph Curry first with a
So then, just like what I was saying near the beginning of the video, how Steph uses his speed to fake out Brook Lopez, who is a much slower person, Steph did a very similar thing here as he goes around a Looney screen to get Drew Holiday behind him. So now Brook Lopez is now on Steph, and Steph makes Brook Lopez think he'll just drive, but then just like last time, does another step back floater and ties up the game. 113.
It's off 1 foot. Shot is good. 29 for Curry.
Last screener. Lopez is going to have a hard time with that, but that's some shot.
So now, after a couple quick clay buckets, it's a 4-point lead with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left. So Steph has the ball. He's been hot for the whole entire fourth quarter and overtime. So what he does, he signals Draymond to come in for a screen, which you can see Draymond doing right now, so he can get Drew Holiday off of him, so he has a better chance of getting something to go, because Drew Holiday is one heck of a defender. And Steph knows that, so Drew Holiday does not see the screen coming, but Draymond is right by him, and he sets the screen. So Curry immediately changes pace as Drew Holiday realizes, uh-oh, there's a screen, I have to go fight through this. So now Steph is just going to right around that screen. Draymond is kind of slightly pushing it back, and then out of nowhere shoots a 29-foot three that Brook Lopez doesn't even try to contest. And then, like Hoop Reports calls it, that's splash, splash, butter baby for Steph Curry.
Long time.
Curry again from way downtown.
So now, after a couple of offensive rebounds off of a free throw miss, a 3-point miss, there's only about 1 minute and 8 seconds left. So Draymond gives the ball right back over to Curry, who Drew Holiday is obviously on. And now Curry wants to try to get something to go to give the Warriors a nice comfortable 7-point lead with only about 1 minute remaining. So what he does, like most of the plays, fakes one direction and then comes around another Draymond screen to get Drew Holiday off of him. Then what he does a lot of left-hand dribbles to get right through Joe Ingles and Brook Lopez. So now everybody is behind him. So Chris Middleton comes to help over, but Steph does a nice Euro step, avoiding a possible charge. As you can see, Chris Middleton was setting up for one happening right there. And then Curry gets to the paint with a nice finish at the rim to give the Warriors a 7-point lead with 1 minute left.
This is good. 7-point lead with 1 minute to go.
So that's all I had for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe.